I have said over and over again, I would whole account puts on Hollywood if I could. Being a stock person, I want to short it a lot, and that brings in AI video. I'm going to show you a clip. Mike's here. Mike also brought me another website of some YouTube statistics. I know a lot of you want to create a YouTube channel, but you say it's super saturated. Wait until you see what we talk about next. But first and foremost, Mike, any opening thoughts other than just this is just getting ridiculous?
So I'll just say what I posted in the chat, that if
Mhm.
if you think Hollywood is going to be filming movies in 5 years, you've got your head in the sand.
Yeah, or on backwards. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just jump in. Let's play the clip, and then and then we'll go from there. So we won't play all of it right now. This video is 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Every scene in this video is generated by Gen 3 Alpha from Project Runway or Company Runway. So not edited in any way, just text to video. These are just a bunch of drone shots that we're seeing right now. But the most impressive part was look at the detail when we get in of people just getting up close to them, the wrinkles, everything in their eyes, like nothing's just you. There was even an eyelash that wasn't even connected, which I don't think is an AI blooper. Can we get back to that? Because
I mean, look at that video. Is it perfect? No, but I mean, it's amazing.
But I think it might be. What is this?
It could just be like an errant eyebrow hair, which happens to older people. I should know.
That's what I was saying, but like it actually happened. That looks natural. I would expect that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that looked absolutely amazing. So just text to video, close up of an eyeball. Like how insane is that? So what do you think about that? And how does it compete with Sora? Run with Sora? Because everyone's heard about Sora, right? But OpenAI said they don't want to release that stuff right now, because of the election coming up, and they just don't think the general public is ready. And you and I have talked about this quite a bit. It doesn't matter because some other company will. So what are your thoughts just on that in general?
I mean, I personally haven't played with some of these because it's not available to the public, right?
Mm.
So I have to go on what the demos show me.
Right.
And it's just amazing. Like I have no other words for it. Like I don't know how else to describe it.
I just can't wait to make my own seasons of shows. That I just didn't want to end. I'm just going to continue this. I'm going to upload all the data from the previous seasons so it gets to know every character. And I'm going to say, just make me seasons 6 through 55. And I'll binge watch that in hopefully 2 weeks. Hopefully I can spread that out over a little bit of time.
I know I've said this before, but I want to redo the last season of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was that bad. But apparently that's the controversial mark. I got to watch it again. Okay, so do you think everyone is kind of in agreements maybe to release it later, or do you think this is like the Instagram reel? They just posted the best of what they absolutely have, cherry picked, and it's not that far out. I guess that's like the bear case, right? Is
yeah. So I think people are. I don't know if they're necessarily waiting to release it. I think what they're doing is trying to make sure that a lot of the bugs are out of it and a lot of the weird hallucinations. I mean, because you don't want the 3-arm people and the weird hands weird hands with 6 fingers. I mean, so they're definitely fine tuning it, right? And I think they're just waiting to get most of that out of the system.
How do you avoid what happened at Google to new stuff? Do you think they just say we have to create it open and honest, which I think sounds more like a dream world, or do they get better at covering their steps? Because remember, Google didn't want to draw white people at first because they put in their woke stuff. I hate to put it that way, but that's exactly what happened, and they got the Target and Bud Light treatment as far as like the stock went too.
Yeah,
they did need to fix it.
Well, I think they will all have to remove those kind of weird, the woke stuff, right? Like
any weird ideology.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't want to limit someone's creativity. And I know there's some things that don't want out there. However, you really don't want to stifle creativity.
See, I wonder if it's that, of course, but also the one big positive about this is that we have opinions, but robots don't, and it becomes very apparent when you try to give it one, because then it takes it as a rule or absolute law, and it becomes black and white in a computer sense. So I wonder if that's going to end up being more of a positive, because how do you train it your way? Now, the biggest example I worry about is, do we create AI first or does China? Because China believes one man should be in charge forever. Like you should follow his rules. I mean, China, if you guys don't know this, scrubbed the internet and got rid of Winnie the Pooh. You cannot find Winnie the Pooh over there because they said Xi Jinping looks like him, which I find absolutely hilarious. So imagine that's your AI.
Yeah.
uh,
We're gonna get we're getting there first.
yeah,
We're,
I'm of that bandwagon. I do think we get there first. I'm just curious if this is off topic. Do you think an AI can be trained like that? Maybe in the beginning, in its infancy stage, you can tell your kid a lot, but as they mature and get older, they start to realize things on their own, which in a computer's world will be much faster. So, do you think in the end you can limit an AI like that to only believe certain things?
and initially, yeah. Once we reach AGI, no.
Okay, I think that's actually going to be a positive.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think everybody.
Once it's AGI,
Mm,
it will basically be able to think on its own, right? It's no longer just taking input. Um, I don't want to say it's sentient, but it's going to be able to think on its own and come up with its own conclusions. And I think
yeah,
it'll figure out contradictions pretty quickly.
yeah. So we'll finally get rid of Democrats. Just trying to think of like the most triggering thing I could say.
Yeah, it'll get rid of
I
a
think it'll
lot
get
of
rid of a lot of extremism.
that would be perfect on
Yeah.
every side. So
So I think it just goes straight down the middle, because oftentimes there's a lot of, and we're not gonna get into politics, but there's a lot of like right down the middle, but we tend to just be so far one way or the other that is a positive for me. But let's jump into some YouTube facts, because you shared a website with me. 25 YouTube stats marketers should know in 2024. And so I was actually watching a video on growing a YouTube channel, and they just started off with the stats of why you should make one in the first place. Just because everybody says it's saturated and it's slowing down, it's on the out. It's going to be like a boomer thing, like Facebook. Uh, and so he starts off with all these stats of how much it's growing, and then I just thought that's how you would short Hollywood. Is you would probably just take that money and apply it towards uh, Google, because Google owns YouTube right now. So stat number one, YouTube has 2.49 billion monthly active users. Now this is with TV shows, major networks, all of that still in existence. So right now there are that's half of 5.04 billion social media users. So that's half. And we'll talk conversion rates. There's a lot of things you can do to increase that number, but that's nowhere close to the pool is drying up. Not
right,
to mention stat number two, YouTube now has 100 million paying subscribers. Take 2.49 billion and divide it by 100 million. Like that's a lot. You make it enticing enough for everyone else to stop paying for other subscriptions and make it just one, which Google actually is a powerhouse, like especially with YouTube. I think there's a lot more that can be said to that, and that is just at this point free money, because it's already being made for the 100 million. You tack on another 1.5 billion, nothing
right,
changes.
right.
What was the other one you found super?
Number 10, number 15 were pretty compelling.
Okay. I like this one. We'll get to 10 and 15. People spend 48.7 minutes on YouTube each day. And
Yeah.
I'm curious, how many of these people are watching 48 minutes, but also watching the show Game of Thrones? Like, how much time are they also spending on their phone that they actually could, if it was there or opportunity was right, spend on YouTube in general? What if Game of Thrones was on YouTube? Because you didn't like the ending, and now I'm over here just have an AI make up a brand new ending in the next 10 seasons. and now you're watching that on my YouTube channel. So I wonder how much just that grows, which then turns into ad dollars and everything else. Let's see, number 10, YouTube's ad revenue crossed 30 billion in 2023. That's incredible growth. Also, there's a lot more room to grow there.
Right.
It's amount of 31 billion, up from the previous year's 29.2, makes up of 10% of Google's global revenues. Still a good chunk, but just imagine how much that can grow and what that would turn into. 2021 was advertising as percentage of global revenues. 2021 was the highest. Everyone was on it. I mean, everyone was at home watching YouTube.
Everyone was at home, so that it's an oddity, but it's
But
still
is it?
growing.
How many times now? You can put your tinfoil hat on this. It's just a coincidence, but we've talked about this, or I've brought it up kind of just in passing. Was the Rona crash a dry run for what's going to happen later? Because like stores do soft openings to see how things do. And if AI replaces all the jobs, everyone's going to be at home anyway. So if you think AI is coming in hot, I would expect more of 2021 numbers than anything else. I think 2021 is probably how we can imagine a lot of things turning into outside the labor force. I'm not saying it was. I don't want to say it was created or brought on.
Look, if AI does eliminate jobs like we think it's going to, that 2021 number is going to look like a minuscule number compared to what it will be.
Yeah, it's going to be a donation to a panhandler. It's going to be nothing. Okay, you like number 15. Marketers plan to increase their YouTube videos in marketing. Increase their use of YouTube videos in marketing. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? Marketers are reassessing YouTube's place in their marketing mix. About 60% of marketers intend to increase their use of YouTube videos. Additionally, 59% plan to increase their organic activities on the platform. So they're not only just pushing ads, each store, each company creating their own YouTube channel to make it organic, to get those views and then push it so you get paid revenue and the natural growth.
Yeah.
Just all the more reason. I mean, if why would you not be on YouTube right now? If you had anything company-wise to sell, I mean, look at these YouTubers, even the financial gurus. They don't actually make money with stocks, but if you can just put it out there and get the views and be exciting, people are there and they're spending money and they're selling their stuff. You just have to be halfway decent at sales, and your reach now goes from door to door, in person, your brick and mortar. They come in to global. It's everywhere. And now AI is even doing it in different languages. So your language barrier is gone, your location barrier is gone. Everything about it is just plus. Just I guess pluses to the company.
Yep.
Here's which you said 10 and 15. Okay. 16 is YouTube is the second most effective platform for business to consumer content marketing. The number of marketers using YouTube for organic content marketing, they say this, I feel like I'm just tripping over my own words, increased from 55 to 67% between 2022 and 2023 as a result of the platform's effectiveness. You mean algos and them listening in and knowing you better than anyone you've ever known. This knows you better than your mom, your spouse, your other one, like your girlfriend or boyfriend on top of your spouse. Everything about this, it knows you better than everything. It says, in fact, YouTube is the second most effective social media platform for content marketing after LinkedIn. First of all, I didn't know LinkedIn was even that big of a deal. I thought LinkedIn's so far behind. I need to update my LinkedIn because I can't even imagine what it says. Extremely effective. Who even goes on that? I would open up MySpace before I open up LinkedIn. But anyway, YouTube. YouTube came in 12%, said extremely effective. But here's another one I found, and it just coincides with everything that I do and why I make fun of Mike so much, because my number one position in my portfolio, which I did add more, is Meta. Now, Meta is Facebook and Instagram. Right here, Meta and Instagram. Facebook and Instagram, right here. 9%, 11%, so a total of 20%. Actually, it beats every one of these across the board. Except for, not effective at all. Yeah, it beats that one too. Take these stats, add them up, because Meta and Facebook are the same thing, or owned by the same company. So it's just a different badge. You know, it's like the Toyota Matrix and the Pontiac. Was it a Vibe? Same thing, right? Or what's the Subaru and the Toyota, the BRZ? Uh, both companies make that car. They literally just change the badge. If you open up your Toyota, I think it's a BRZ. If you open it up, it's going to say a Subaru engine, and vice versa. So anyway, Meta. Every time we do a stock, I can tell you why Meta. It's going to be awesome. But that being said, because I was dead serious when I said I would want to short Hollywood, and I mean I would. The things we're seeing with AI, I don't care if you want to wait till after the election. I get it. What's 1 year anyway? That gives us another 4 years to figure out how many other ways they're going to scam you before like the next election. Because scams are going to go through the absolute roof. You're already seeing AI being used for it, but wait till you're on a Zoom video call with me and I'm asking you about your crypto experience. Like, it's going to be a little bit different than just some random message on Facebook, social media, or wherever I'm messaging people at. Not me, guys. There's a bunch of fake me's going around, but wait till those deep fakes come out. I could see why you'd want to wait, but can't wait forever. I mean, someone's going to come out with it and just say it's time to get over this hurdle right now. So I absolutely would, and I mean short the piss out of Hollywood. If it was a publicly traded ticker, I would be so over leveraged. I would have to go to private meetings. Like that's where it would be at. So that being said, I think I'm going in. I am going to add to Google.
Yes. So in conclusion, if
yes.
you want to short Hollywood,
Meta
or Google might be your plays.
Yeah. Meta tries it. Now, Meta's social media, so that's ad revenue. And oftentimes, when we're, like, if you ever come on the streams and we're talking about earnings coming up, no matter which one goes first, Meta or Google, they typically, one will move the other one, with or without the other one announcing earnings. But as far as video goes, Meta can try their hardest. YouTube really is still the king. You just can't beat it.
Yeah, YouTube.
The second they come out with something effective, TikTok came out with it. YouTube has shorts. It's still the king. It's just ingrained. Everybody else can run next to it, but I don't think anything beats it. So it's still the video champ. And looking at these stats, I don't want to say we're just getting started. I think we're just a well-oiled machine, and we're already rolling. I think it just continues for quite a bit. I think conversion rates jump. So looking at this, everything about this jumps off the screen at why you should own more for the long term.
Agreed.
And if you check out the top pin link in the comments, Mike will tell you how to make even more money on it in his live streams. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That is true. Running the wheel.
I'll put that pressure on. It's just Mike. Don't ask me any questions. But anyway, we'll wrap it up here. I want to know everyone's thoughts on this. Did any of those YouTube stats surprise you? But I'll wrap it up. We'll see you guys in the next video.
All right. See ya.